Once upon a time, in a royal court, there was a very intelligent minister who was highly trusted by the king. The king would consult him before making any important decisions. However, because of this special trust, many others in the court grew jealous of him. One day, the king said to the minister, "You are very wise, but your son is foolish and doesn't understand anything." Offended, the minister asked why the king thought so. The king replied, "Every morning, when I meet with the people, your son is there. I place a gold coin and a silver coin in front of him and ask, which is more valuable? He always chooses the silver and says it's more valuable than gold." The whole court laughs at this. Upon hearing this, the minister went straight home and asked his son, "If you know gold is more valuable, why do you always choose silver?" The boy answered, "Father, each day the king places 2 coins before me and asks me to choose one. I always choose silver to amuse him, and so he continues the game. If I ever choose the gold coin, the game will end, and I won't receive anything anymore. Now I've saved up a whole box full of silver coins." Hearing this, the minister was not angry but proud. He realized that true wisdom isn't about showing off but about quietly achieving goals with intelligence. After understanding why his son chose silver every day, the minister was no longer upset. He was deeply proud. Though people mocked his son as foolish, the boy demonstrated remarkable wisdom, patience, emotional intelligence, and the ability to choose long-term benefit over short-term pride. From that day on, whenever someone in the court called his son foolish, the minister would simply smile and say nothing. He knew his son had nothing to prove. True intelligence doesn't need to be displayed. Those with real wisdom work quietly, building value over time instead of showing off temporary success. This story teaches a powerful lesson. In life, you will sometimes be misunderstood or judged unfairly. But don't rush to change yourself just to please others. If you know what you're doing is right, criticism is just noise. The world often calls what it doesn't understand madness, but through silence and persistence, great things are often achieved. So don't fear being misunderstood. Be patient, be grateful, and keep moving forward, because real success doesn't need to be loud. It lies in the value you create every day. Dear friend, have you noticed that in life, some people do small things but make the whole world know, constantly talking, constantly showing off, always seeking recognition? Meanwhile, others work quietly every day, without noise or drama, yet create deep, lasting value. The story of the boy who chose silver over gold is not just about clever saving, it's a profound lesson in humility and persistence. The boy knew that if he tried to prove himself by choosing gold, what people saw as correct, the daily joy, the chance to accumulate, and the king's playful game would all end. He didn't need anyone to understand him, nor did he seek applause. He simply walked his own path, steadily, firmly, and effectively. In modern society, it's easy to be trapped by the desire for recognition, to be seen as smart, successful, and exceptional. But remember, true value doesn't need applause to exist. A wise person isn't someone who tries to win every game, but someone who knows when to win and when to step back for a greater gain. The world may not understand you. It may laugh at you, judge you, or call you strange. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you know what you're doing and why. So don't show off. Just keep working quietly, step by step, because real success comes from within, not from the spotlight. This story isn't just a fun tale from the past. It carries a timeless message. Don't rush to show off. Don't try to prove you're right. Choose silent wisdom instead. Many people today feel pressured to perform, to constantly prove how smart, successful, and correct they are. But the truth is, those who build lasting success are rarely loud. They don't need applause after every move, or praise after every decision. They understand that real success is the result of a long journey, requiring patience, discipline, and calm. The boy in the story understood the king's psychology. He enjoyed the daily game, the laughter, the feeling of being in control. By choosing the silver coin, the boy not only kept the joyful relationship with the king but also gained a daily reward. This wasn't foolishness, it was a smart strategy based on understanding others and himself. He knew when to lose quietly in order to win big later. That's a powerful lesson for us too. Being right isn't always best, and not everyone who praises you truly understands you. Sometimes, silence is strength. Sometimes, taking a small loss opens the door to greater gain. The world will always have those who misunderstand, mock, or misjudge you. But as long as you are clear with yourself, knowing what you're doing, why you're doing it, and where you're going, then external validation becomes irrelevant. Choose quiet success. You don't need to show off. You don't need to chase the spotlight. Just keep moving forward with strength, because true success lasts long after the applause fades. In life's journey, we all face comments and judgments, sometimes fair, sometimes not. There will be times when you're seen as foolish simply because you don't follow the right path that most people do. But remember, being different doesn't mean being wrong, and being silent doesn't mean being clueless. The story of the boy choosing silver over gold is a vivid example of silent wisdom. He didn't prove his intelligence with words or arguments. Instead, he acted quietly, ensuring that he could repeat the opportunity every day, and from that, he accumulated more than anyone imagined. That is intelligence without boasting, strength without noise, and vision rooted in long-term goals over short-term wins. His father, the wisest man in the court, ultimately had to admit that true wisdom sometimes lies outside the traditional mold. When he saw the box full of silver his son had saved, he no longer cared about others' ridicule. He understood, not everyone can see the deeper truth behind certain actions. And sometimes, only the truly wise can recognize hidden value in what seems foolish. The biggest lesson from this story is, stay true to your path. If you know you're doing the right thing, others' judgment or misunderstanding is only temporary. Don't live to prove yourself to the world, live to create genuine value for yourself. Some people spend their whole lives seeking validation, forgetting that real value comes from consistent action, from efforts made even when no one is watching. Be that person, the one who quietly sows seeds, nurtures them, and patiently waits for the harvest, not rushing, not shouting. Because true success isn't in the applause, it's in the growth you gain as you walk each day quietly, steadily, and wisely.